Over the next 12 weeks, we're going to journey through the Book of Esther. I love because I believe it's so relatable to our lives today. There are no great miraculous events by God. Yet God, in this book, works through the ordinary circumstances of people's lives. The title for this series is Hope in the Shadows, because there are times that we can't see God at work in the midst of our struggles. But as we'll see throughout the book of Esther, He is always there, even through the ordinary circumstances of life. I begin in the year 586 BC. The king of Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar, sacked Jerusalem and he burnt the temple to the ground. They carried off the Jews into exile into Babylon. This was the fulfillment of God's judgment against his people for their disobedience. 40 years into this captivity, the word of the Lord was fulfilled. When Persia defeated Babylon, and King Cyrus set the Jews free to return to their homeland. But the truth is, most of the Jewish people did not return. The book of Esther tells one significant story about the Jewish people who remained in Babylon. The setting of the book of Esther is the winter palace of the Persian king, located in modern-day Iran. And most of the events take place within the royal court of Xerxes the first. He wanted to show off the glory of Persia. He wanted to show off his wealth, his power, how generous he was. He ordered his queen to be brought out in front of his court in order to show her off. Queen Vashti refused to come at the king's command. The king was enraged. And his solution is to issue a royal decree that puts Vashti in her place and strips her of her position. The author is exposing just how weak even the mightiest world power really is. If it has to command masculine respect by some sort of royal decree, Jesus does not demand our respect by royal decree. Jesus earned our respect by the way he loves us. As we launch this series, know that Jesus is at work in your life, even if you're walking in a time of shadow. And you can't perceive his presence now. Esther tells us that in the providence of God, he is working in the shadows for your good and for his purposes.